In a dazzling display of pure pugilistic artistry, the boxing world bore witness to a clash of epic proportions as Errol the Truth Spence and Terence Bud Crawford finally stepped into the ring. The atmosphere was charged with an electric fervor, an anticipation that crackled through the air like lightning. The tension had been building for years, the rivalry between these two modern-day gladiators reaching a boiling point that could no longer be contained. And when the final bell tolled, the world would stand in awe of the spectacle that had just unfolded. In a heart-pounding, jaw-dropping showdown that had the entire boxing world holding its breath, Terence Crawford emerged victorious, conquering the highly anticipated bout and solidifying his reign as the two-division undisputed champion for the first time in men's boxing history. Terence Crawford delivered a masterclass performance that left the world in awe. With unyielding determination, he defied the odds, executing a strategy that left even the most seasoned analysts astonished. Errol Spence Jr., a formidable force in his own right, fought valiantly, but Crawford's sheer brilliance proved insurmountable on this fateful night. He also made a strong case for being the finest boxer in the world, regardless of weight. Before we proceed, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as we are going to look into the fight between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. always appeared destined to meet one another, regardless of what they had publicly proclaimed. Both men had recently put themselves forward as the greatest welterweights in the world and contenders for the title of best male pound-for-pound boxer. Nevertheless, despite the numerous wins, championships, and honors on each of their resumes, there was always something missing: a competition with one another. Not just boxing fans were calling for a Spence-Crawford matchup. The two combatants wanted it as well. Therefore, on July 29th in Las Vegas, one of the greatest and most thrilling fights in boxing history took place between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. Both competitors had a slow first round until Crawford completely grabbed control of the contest. In the second round, a counter jab and a left straight caused the first knockdown. To his credit, Spence survived the count and kept trying to force a result, but Crawford was simply too quick, clever, and strong all night. This was more of a flash knockdown. I pounced on him with my left. He did not believe I would return with the right. Crawford remarked about the bout regarding the second round. Throughout the fight, Crawford had a fantastic jab. Crawford's jab was a real weapon, as opposed to a basic rangefinder or tool to help him land better blows. Crawford would throw a thudding jab that would stop Spence in his tracks whenever he tried to gather any momentum. Spence appeared increasingly disoriented as Crawford fired his laser jab and crisp, straight left hands in each subsequent round. Spence persisted in his efforts to advance and land a game-changing blow. Instead, Crawford ended each exchange with a decisive hit, which forced Spence to go on the defense right away. In the seventh round, Spence was knocked out twice, but persisted in trying to alter the fight's momentum. By the ninth round, Crawford's assault had Spence reeling, and the referee had no choice but to halt the fight at 2:32. Regarding the referee's choice, Crawford remarked, "It was a good stoppage. I was about to retaliate with some powerful blows. I'm a tremendous fighter, which everyone knows." The referee protected the boxer as required by law. With the victory, Crawford unified the WBA, WBC, and IBF championships with his WBO title. But more significantly, he put an end to the long-running argument over who was the finest 147-pound boxer of the time, Crawford or Spence. Crawford, a former undisputed junior welterweight champion, made history by becoming the first man in the modern four-belt era to hold undisputed titles in 2 weight classes. Crawford sipped from a blue water bottle as the final bell rang, draping the 3 new belts over his shoulders and raising one fist in victory. "Because of who I got the belts from, it means everything," according to Crawford. "They spoke poorly of me. They claimed that I wasn't skilled enough to defeat these welterweights. I simply kept looking up and praying to God that I would have the chance to demonstrate Terence Crawford's greatness to the world. This evening, I believe I showed how great I am. Like I said before, my only goal in life was to win the world championship. I'm an achiever of too much. When I first started, no one believed in me, yet I was able to convert everyone. Without Spence and his team, none of this would have been possible. Therefore, I want to thank them. A contract with a bilateral rematch clause was the outcome of the difficult talks to get the boxers in the ring after years of anticipation from fans and the media. Spence can start the rematch as the loser, as he promised he would do following a lopsided loss. Although the winner could choose the weight at which the rematch would occur, Spence expressed his wish that it would instead happen at junior middleweight this time around, rather than welterweight. Spence responded, "We've got to try it again. I'm going to improve a lot. It will be considerably closer. Before the year ends, December is most likely when it will happen. Yes, by all means, let's try it once more. I hope at 154. Terence Crawford transformed the most important boxing contest of the year into a brutal lesson in the sweet science on Saturday night, knocking out Errol Spence Jr. in the 9th round to claim the undisputed 147-pound title. Crawford entered the fight as the World Boxing Organization champion. He is currently 40-0 with 31 knockouts. Crawford added titles from the World Boxing Council, International Boxing Federation, and World Boxing Association in his demolition of Spence. With the victory, Omaha, Nebraska native Crawford, 35, becomes the first welterweight champion to hold all 4 championships at once, and the first undisputed champion since 2007. A wide range of sports fans paid attention to the match on Saturday. By the time Spence stepped into the ring, the 20,000-seat T-Mobile Arena was full. The boxing legends Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr., the wealthy sports owners Jerry Jones and Mark Davis, as well as the hip-hop power couple Cardi B and Offset were all in attendance. Crawford was escorted to the ring by rapper Eminem. Additionally, the event generated a great deal of attention in each fighter's hometown, leading Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson and Omaha Mayor